Hi, Dan. How are you?
Hi, Vadim. I'm doing well. How are you today?
So you're an instructor at the Milwaukee Area Technical College. How did you decide to become an instructor?
Actually, it's kind of ironic how I became a part-time instructor. I started here, my academic career, I began with MATC, and I'm a quote-unquote success story. I transferred careers back in the early 2000s, and it worked out very well. And then because of my experiences, a lot of my past teachers or professors had requested that I try to come back and teach because to show people exactly what can MATC do for you. I think it's a great starting point. I enjoy giving back, to the students. If I can help one student go through the transition that I went through in my life, to me, it's completely worth it. It's really not about the money. It's not about the glory of teaching. It's really trying to help students navigate a very difficult path. And it's especially the students that MATC supports. A lot of times we'll have disadvantaged youth, or we may have people that are trying to change careers, going from, say, manufacturing to IT. And being able to help them with my experiences, I'm hoping I'm more of a mentor than a teacher. And so far, it's worked out well for me. A lot of my students, we have a lot of conversations even after I'm done being their teacher for the semester, and I enjoy that dialogue. I love watching them grow, I love watching them succeed, and I take great pride in their successes.
So you work during the day full-time, and then you
Yes,
come
I do.
back teaching. How do you think this is helping us, the students, and helping you to grow as an instructor?
Well, I've always heard the saying, those that can't do teach. Well, I do, and I teach. So that statement's out the window. I understand where people think that, but in reality, businesses have their own way of doing things, and there's a reason why they call it the ivory tower. Sometimes people get disconnected from the reality of a career and what's being done within that, because technology changes, especially IT. It changes almost yearly, and being able to understand how larger companies like Wells Fargo go through their headaches in IT support, I think it gives me a very unique perspective in coming back to the students and sharing some of those stories with them, how to deal with difficult customers, what it's like to do a large rollout, and so on and so forth.
So I'm an instructor here myself, and I hear a lot from students that maybe we don't need education nowadays. Maybe we can just jumpstart our career without going and getting college degrees. What are your thoughts on this?
I don't think that's a very good way to approach life, especially when, if you have a family or you're trying to make some middle-class income. I'm sorry. I love hearing that story, especially from my family members, where they say, well, Bill Gates never went to school. Well, number one, he did go to Harvard, and he did drop out. And the reason why he dropped out is because he's a person 1 in a billion with an IQ high enough where college really didn't suit him. So if your IQ is above 180, then I'll accept that statement from you. But I think most people are in the 80 to 100 quartile. I think that's college education is very helpful in that. And I always tell my students, your education will get you the interview, your experience will get you the job. And I mean that. Very, very few positions have I ever experienced where you do not have to have a college education. I'm sorry, especially in this field.
And one thing I was going to mention is that we have soft skills classes, so we teach students soft skills. And it looks like nowadays you're being an interviewer for your company. You ask, what are you looking for? You're looking not just for the technical skills, but you're also looking for the soft skills.
Those are huge, Vadim. I mean, to be honest with you, I always tell my interviewees that I can have the best person with the best knowledge come in, but if they have a bad attitude, they're done. I don't even want to talk to them any longer, because everything is a collaborative effort. IT has gone from the basement to the boardroom, and I mean that. I'm a living example. My first IT jobs, I was in the basement, and now I am in the boardroom talking to senior leaders and also doing hiring. You need to have those soft skills to communicate effectively. You are in charge of very difficult processes. You need to be very analytical, but you're supporting a business, and they're not as technical. So you need to be able to take that information and translate it into the soft skills and work effectively with your customers and your partners. Soft skills are huge. Any company will tell you, you can have the best server admin in the world, and if they can't communicate, they will not hire them. They'll take the average knowledge server administrator that has great personality skills.
And I totally agree with you. That's why we at the IT Computer Support Program, we piloted soft skill courses. We teach students and prepare them for Help Desk Institute, HDI, Support Center Analyst certifications, ITIL certifications, and other soft skill certifications. And I think this is extremely helpful.
And I think a lot of our students, they want to jump into the field and they acquire the soft skills in their education here. Learning those soft skills in a job can be very detrimental. If you start a position and you kind of have a bad attitude or you get frustrated, it's going to show. And they're not going to promote you. They're not going to keep you around. They will get rid of you. You're one of several thousand people graduating with an IT degree. You need to be special. And if you bring those soft skills to an employer, they will remember that and they will reward you accordingly. And it's better to learn them here before you're collecting a paycheck and your mortgage depends on it.
So one thing, a lot of students are looking for the job, and they're looking to what kind of education should they get. What is one thing that we can probably tell them that they should know about IT computer support program at MATC?
Well, number one, IT computer support is definitely the best entry-level position ever for IT support, or for IT careers, especially now. Wells Fargo, we take people from our service desk and we will promote them to be server administrators or developers or business analysts. Very few companies will hire a business analyst with just an education. They usually want somebody with experience. You will gain a lot of those very valuable experiences from the service desk, for IT support, talking to people, understanding their needs, understanding how the business works, what business processes are, business intelligence, taking notes, server administration, so on and so forth. MATC is a great place to begin, and I always tell people you can start and finish with MATC, but it's also a great place to start. I went myself from MATC to UWM, stopped just short of a PhD, and it was a great experience for me. Not only is there the savings of the tuition, but I feel that you get much more hands-on experience here. I would always take my IT classes from MATC and compare them to any other institution. I will guarantee you I had more hands-on, real-world experience here than I ever had with any of the theoretical programs.
Well, excellent. Thank you, Dan, for your time, and thank you for your deep insights.
Thank you, VD.
All right.